technique on the same side as the hand. When you grab the same side, just step in here and you do this. Okay. Very similar way, you drop the hands and he doesn't escape. If he has a huge wrist, of course he's not going to bend the wrist for me. So I'm using my thumb and my index finger to bend his wrist. So I step closer to him. The distance. You want to touch me? Are you sure? Oh. Again. Trap. Step. Bend. Keep it at 90 degrees. And then you see how I keep my hands closer. Tight. Very similar to cross hand, we're just doing the same side. Just a few times practicing the same side, and we move on to the next. In the United States, all the police officers have a handgun here. Okay? I don't know in Australia do you carry guns or demonstration. Okay. Usually when there is a situation, you don't want to approach. A lot of police officers keeping the hand not in the gun, but right next to it, just in case somebody will pull the gun. So they're holding the hand. They're not pulling the gun, but they're keeping the hand in here. So nobody will pull it out. So sometimes people try to take your weapon away. Okay? So we'll either same side, there will reach and try to grab it here, your hand. Your job is to deal immediately, because now if you take your weapon, you're in trouble. And so don't really focus on him, focus on the hand. Okay? So stepping in here, see how I turn? This is a classical jiu-jitsu technique. No strength at all. It was pure leverage. So my hand in here. Sorry. Yes. So my hand on my weapon. He grabs my hand and reaching for my gun. I might hit him, but right now my priority is the weapon. This is my number one priority. Okay. So I bring this hand over, and you see how I bended his elbow. No way. It's very hard to resist because he's focusing my weapon. So I'm pulling it and naturally. So it's a two-step move. Very simple, and if I do it correctly, you already experience the pain in the shoulder when we're applying it. So my hand here, he grabs it, reaching here, raising the elbow, my thumb over the elbow, because I don't want him to slide and hit me with his elbow. So I'm sliding and raising the elbow, and the elbow stays on my chest. I want it to stay. I don't want to pull it out. I want to glue it to my body. Now my free hand naturally slides. Either I take it to the ground, or we walk to the little discard. Whatever is closer. So one more time. So over here, I step in. Bend the elbow. See how naturally it bends? This hand slides. That's it. I use two hands if it's a big guy. And we walk forward. Try to get up.
Okay.
You sure?
Absolutely.
The reason I'm asking him to get up, because there is an unwritten rules in Jiu-Jitsu. If his body position at this angle, he will get up. And he will fight me. The minute he passes 90 degrees, he's weak. That's a rule. You have to know, especially if you're working with control techniques in the police force. So if you bend him and he's this way, he will fight you. He is strong in here. He didn't break his strength. If you go this way, you broke his strength. Now you're in control. Something important to know. We'll do one more time. One more time. So you do this maybe from this angle so they can see. So he grabs. I slide in here, lift the elbow, slide. And now I'm in control. Okay. And remember what happens? He cannot get up. If I push him on the ground, he'll drop to the ground. Or we just walk. Or if he's being bad, reaching here to stop him so he doesn't talk too much. Yes, we're still revolving about the same technique over and over from the way. Let's try. Okay, works. So I step in. example, see with my 4 fingers?
Yeah.
This hand is here. And let's make a small correction. A lot of you are confused how do you turn at elbow. So, he reaches for my weapon. Fine. Instead of fighting him back, I step into him, which makes him confused too at the same time because I'm stepping into him. 4 fingers. 4 fingers, I turn the elbow to me, to my chest. This hand slides in. See how tight circular movement I make? One more time, let's go. So you can see from the same. So, here it is in. I step to him. 4 fingers. Turn the elbow to my chest. This hand free now. And turn. So very short step. You have to be aware, if somebody has trained practicing jiu-jitsu, they might also counter. So let's look at the conductor famous technique when I'm here, and he's trying to put me in pain. Remember this when we try? Putting me in pain. Look what I do. Instead of fighting him, stepping forward and bending my elbow. His head hits my elbow. It's all over for him. I did a counter. Scary. So he is covering. I'm stepping in, I just counter the technique. And if I do a double counter, I trap his hand and he's on the ground. Let's only practice the counter right now. So, one more time. I grab him, he traps my hand, I step in, I bend my elbow. If he gets in the way, it's a knockout. Because if he hits his chin on my elbow, he's done. So let's do it very, very slowly again, very slowly. Steps in, trying to do my technique. I step and bend my elbow into him. I didn't solve the problem yet. You know why? Because my wrist still at the bad angle. I temporarily removed the correct angle from the pain. But if he's smart, if he adjusts his body to this side, I'll be back in pain. But it takes years of jiu-jitsu to understand the proper angle movement. I only temporarily solved my problem. Okay? So again, here, I step in, counter. Let's practice the counter because one day maybe the counter will save your life. So let's do it.